natural resources are deeply tied to our economic development in the city of Miami Beach, which is highly tourism-based. So one of the problems that we were looking at was increased algal blooms within Biscayne Bay.
The overall idea of the project was to kind of generate or create a model, try to see patterns through which we can study how mineral patterns in one part of the sea generate algal blooms, and if we can kind of generate a model where we can predict algal blooms.
That's the benefit of having somebody that doesn't necessarily have a scientific background looking at some of the scientific data, because it will make sure that the data is the one telling the story rather than the person that's analyzing it.
There is an international ranking done by the World Bank called the Doing Business ranking. And on this ranking, Brazil is actually on position 116th of 189 economies. Basically because most of the work we were doing there to starting a new business was on paper, and with a lot of face-to-face meetings with fiscals, a lot of analysis, personal analysis of the law, with the support of Bloomberg Associates and two other partners in Brazil, Joserja and Sebrae. We made a new system. It's in the portal of the City Hall. So then we came up with a lot of data, and we don't know yet how to deal with all those data.
For me, it was really interesting to see how much data and how complex it is, because you have geographical data to deal with, you have time component data, and you have two different systems. So you have the new system that is bringing you much more information, but you also have the old system that you also want to extract information from that and see if the new system is making any difference. So we are able with them to create a very nice roadmap.
The first moment we can see which neighborhoods are growing faster, which kind of businesses are attracting more people. At the first look, we already identify some improvements that we can do.
I learned more about the government and how the government works. They have really complex data, they have really complex problems to be solved.
I was really an outsider trying to soak in as much information as I could. It was maybe the first time I felt I worked truly as a data scientist, in the sense of just working with the data and trying to see what the data told me.
So short term, I think it's going to help us work a little bit more collaboratively as a region. And I think long term, it may even lead to policy changes within Southeast Florida.
In Rio, the power of this system, then we have this new system, and understanding what's inside of it will show what other improvements can be done.